Hello guys, welcome back to SWS Boxing. Today I've got Louis Norman. He's 14 wins, 9 defeats, 1 draw, and 3 knockouts. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm not too bad, mate.
Good.
My first question for you is, what's been your hardest fight so far?
You know, I got asked this the other week. So obviously, the people I've fought, all my losses have been against top quality lads.
Yeah,
World champions in the making. They've got two lads who I can say that are the hardest fights, but the hardest in different ways. So Andrew Silva was a physically hard fight because he was non-stop. But Charlie Edwards was more of a frustrating fight. Which sometimes it's a bit harder being in a frustrating fight. So I'd have to say Charlie Edwards.
I was expecting one of the ones that you got stopped in.
You know what? The ones when I got stopped, it takes one shot. Um, when I fought Thompson Sombra and he stopped me, out of the 6 rounds, I won probably 5 of the rounds. It takes one shot. Chris Bork, when he knocked me out, again, any shot he caught me with and he knocked me out. Shabazz Masood, very, very good lad, but someone who I could beat, obviously, when I do come back. So, like I say, it's getting stopped ain't always the hardest. Because it just, like I say, it takes one shot in boxing.
Yeah. So, when are you coming back to the ring?
So hopefully I'll be fighting in December. That's what I'm aiming for. Now, obviously, I've been out of the ring since last March. I've
Yeah.
had a few problems outside of the ring with the psychiatrist. The boxing board need me to do a lot of things because of my mental health. But now that's all been signed off. I'm in full time training now, and I'm back on the road to being a world champion.
That's good to hear, mate. So, where will your fight be?
I'm hoping Leicester. I've not had a home fight for I'd say 2 years now. So it would be nice to. I've been on the road a lot of bit, being in the away corner. So hopefully, I can be a home fighter in Leicester, which would be nice.
Yeah, but it is good that you've been like on BT Sport and challenging these bigger names. This is where you want to be, mate.
Yeah, I ain't bothered. The thing is, it's boxing. You need to beat the best to be the best.
Yeah,
The people I've fought, like I say, I boxed on Sky Sports, Channel 5. I boxed them all. I'll box any man. The first one back will be just be a bit of an easier fight, get my
yeah,
confidence back. Um, but I ain't gonna lie to you, Sam. I'm absolutely unbelievable. And it's took me 10 years being pro to realise how good I am. A lot of it's mental games in the boxing, and now realised and I've checked. I've got a good trainer in Rendon Monroe training me now. Believe I will be a better fighter.
So, do you train with the same trainer as your brother?
So my brother he trains with a different man, Chris Fletcher. Chris Fletcher's an amazing bloke and he works very well with my brother. It just didn't work with me. I've been very stuck in a routine with my dad being my trainer, which my dad's a fantastic trainer. Obviously, he's boxed a lot of Prince Nassim, Mickey Cantwell, Robbie Regan. So my dad's got all the experience in the world, but I think I used him a bit as a comfort blanket. Um, Whereas now I've made a bit of a change with Rendell Monroe being in my corner. And I trust Rendell more than anything. And Rendell's done a lot in his career. So, yeah.
What title did your brother win?
He won the Midlands title
So,
against
his
Liam Green.
area title, which is
Yeah,
good.
the area title, yeah. In the Midlands, that is. So he won it quite comfortably. On the scorecards, it was close, but I think they have to be close so they don't all kick off.
Yeah, because it was in the other guy's hometown, I think.
Yeah, it was quite close. It was in the middle really, but that lad was classed as a home fighter. But massive respect to Liam Dring. He done what he had to do. But Ben, I believe, is above that level. I believe he's an English
Or
title level,
British?
maybe.
British?
Um, I'd give it another year for him to be British. No, it's not saying he wouldn't win it. He's very good. He sparred the likes of Tommy Frank and stuff like, and he beats people like Matt Windle. As much as like I say, I respect Matt Windle massively, and it's a 12 round fight, which is different to sparring.
Yeah,
Um, but my brother has got all the capabilities of doing it. It's just doing it. So we'll have to kind of see with that.
Oh, so you're a few weight, are you super bantam?
So when I come back, my first fight will be super bantam. At the minute, I'm welterweight. So you can see that obviously I've got to lose quite a bit of weight, but it's a process and I'm not rushing it. But no, I will be competing super bantam for my first one, and then the one after that will be bantamweight. I would love to make super flyweight again because there's no super flyweight in this country that can beat me. Especially when I get to that weight. But I don't think that's possible anymore. I'm a bit older now. I'm 28. My body's holding a little bit more and a bit fatter. So yeah, super bantam, my first one back. So yeah, that's what I'll be campaigning for titles though, bantamweight.
Yeah, because that's where you want to be with the likes of Dennis McCann, James Beach, all
Yeah,
Bork and stuff, isn't it?
yeah. No, they're very good kids. I've got the capabilities of beating all of them. That's not being big headed. That's not me just being overconfident. I am. If you see me inspiring you, if you see certain stuff, you think, well, why has he never been a world champion? I am very, very good. I just need to get what I do in sparring and put that in the ring, which I do believe what I will be doing now.
Yeah,
I've had a good time out where I've got my head sorted, and now I've got my head sorted. There's no one. It's stupid. How can I get beat? How can I? You know what I mean? So that's why now it's a bit different. If I start getting beat up, then I'll call it a day, and that'll be my closure. But I don't believe that's gonna happen for another couple of years yet.
yeah. So you're going to have like an easy one back just to get back into the swing of things, which is
Yeah,
six rounds or four.
I'd like to do a 6 rounder. If it's a 4 round, it's a 4 rounder. I'm not really bothered. I'm hoping it ain't gonna go that far anyway. I've got a bit more spite about it now. I want to take people's heads off. I've been a bit too nice in the past in the ring. Whereas now I want to hurt people. I want to get in there and not in a bad way. Obviously, I just want to do the
It's your
job. But
job.
you don't get paid overtime. And I need to start making a name for myself. And because when I was 20 years old, I was up there, English champion, fought for the British title and stuff. Whereas now I'm 28, I've got about 4 more years left in the game, I reckon. And a bloke called Steffi Bull, Andrew Bulkoff. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. Amazing bloke. He's a trainer of a manager of Terry Harper, Jason Cunningham, and he told me once, boxing's so short lived. Make the most of it. And when I think about it now, it is. Like I say, I'm 28 years old now. I've not got that long left, realistically, because getting it around the head's no good for you. Full stop. So I need to make it out of sport nice and healthy.
Yes, that is the main thing at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But would you if you got like a phone call and said that we've got a rematch with, I don't know, like Chris Borg, for example, would you fight him again?
Sensible, no. I would. I'm not my first one back. The one after that, yeah, 100%. I'll fight anyone again. I got to the mentality of, I'll fight anyone, which is a good thing. You know what I mean? But I was getting a bit too big for my boots. It's not that I weren't ready because I'm better than all them lads. But the fact is, I was going in there just to be a stepping stone. I need to build myself up to be a prospect again. As much as I've got all the experience in the world, I need to do it the correct way now. So the first one back, it wouldn't be ideal because they are very good. The good lads still. But you get me one or two where I'm gonna have a couple of warm up fights, and then I'll be ready. Because like I said, I've been out of the ring now for a year and a half. Before that, I was out of the ring a year because of me retiring. So I've had a lot of inactivity. All being well, I'd say this time next year, I will have a title.
Yeah. And so what went wrong against like Chris Borg? What went wrong? Did you just drop your hand and then you got caught?
I got caught one shot. We know Chris Borg could hit hard a bit. I think he had won I think 6 knockouts at the time. Like I say, I'll fight any man. As stupid as it is, but I'll fight anyone. And the fact is, we got offered the fight at 4 weeks' notice. I was training anyway because he had talked of it.
Did you sell any tickets for that fight?
No, didn't have to. boxing's about selling tickets, and sometimes it's a bit too much stress. That's why I went on the road.
But
So
you
after
were
that fight,
always going for the for the win.
yeah. Oh, and anyone I fight, I'll go for the win. Even when I fought Andrew Selby in Wales, I went there for the win. I did genuinely believe I could win. First round when I done, I thought, yeah, I've got this. But like I say, with someone like Chris Bork, I'll be honest, he didn't hit me. He didn't hit me for the first 3 rounds, and then he hit me with one shot and knocked me clean out. You can't switch off in boxing. And unfortunately, it was a bit of a chess match. I went first, and obviously I got caught. That's not me being chinny.
In the judges' scorecards, were you like up? Do you know?
I don't know officially. I think the rounds were very close because nothing was happening. But I do believe he probably was just looking at with being a home fighter. I know with being an away fighter, you need to do more than the other lad. You're already 2-0 down. So with the way I was boxing, I wouldn't say I was up, but I wouldn't say if it was just a neutral ground, no home decisions or anything like that. You probably could say, yeah, I'm doing a bit more.
Yeah. But after you got knocked out, when you woke up, were you upset or how were you feeling?
Boxing. I've experienced everything now. You know what I mean? I've been stopped, been knocked out. I've won. I've knocked out. I've done a lot. I'll be honest with you. When I went down, I broke my ankle. So that the first thought was, oh, my ankle was hurting a little bit. It wasn't hurt. Someone said to me after, "So does he hit hard?" I ain't got a clue. Put me to sleep. So literally, I went in the change room. Yeah, I'm gutted. Each fight you lose, you are gutted because you put your heart and effort into it. I've boxed for 27 years. I'm 28 years old. So when you've done it your whole life, it affects you more than what people think. But it's boxing, you know what I mean? You learn from these mistakes.
Who would win a fight with Thomas Asumba and Chris Bork?
Thomas Asumba. It's one of those. It's styles, isn't it? But I think Thomas Asumba is very underrated. Every time he swung for me, another one where he didn't really catch me clean. Just in the 6th round, he caught me with a clean body shot. And anyone will tell you a body shot, you can't recover from a body shot. If you get caught correct, you ain't getting up. Thomas Asumba is very underrated.
Yeah, he is.
And he's a very good fighter. Very awkward as well. Lovely lad as well. Just like I say, on the night, I put so much pressure on myself because I wanted to win. It's not always a good thing because when you put your pressure on yourself, you don't do what you need to do.
Yeah. What about Mark Leach? Because not many people thought that he was going to beat Chris Bork.
You know what? When that fight got announced, I thought Mark Leach would win. The only reason being he's very tricky. Chris Bork is very stand up and throws a lot of good shots. But if you're moving, like I say, against me and Mark Leach have got very similar styles. So when obviously I boxed Chris Bork, I know I could move against him. Mark Leach had a bit more confidence in him and done it and boxed to a plan. And actually, I thought he won it quite comfortably. But then obviously Mark Leach went on to fight Liam Davis, where I know how hard Liam Davis hits. I've sparred Liam Davis. He's got a nasty streak about him, and he's a very, very good lad. Someone who I think he beats Dennis McCann.
You think Davis beats McCann?
Yes. Dennis McCann's very good. Another lad what I respect. I respect all the lads.
Yeah.
Dennis McCann's I've spoke to a bit, and obviously I've given him some rubbish on Twitter because that's what I do. I just call a lot of people out. But no, he's a lovely lad. But I just believe styles make fights, and I think no disrespect to Dennis McCann because it's not his fault because I know he wants to fight the best. He's not really fought anyone yet in the nicest of ways.
He beat James Beach. Do you rate James Beach?
I rate James Beach, not as high as
you might have to fight him soon.
that'd be an odd fight. It'd be a really odd fight. It could be for the Midlands title. Also, I think he'll be a weight above me when I do come back because I want to box. It's bantamweight. If he can make bantamweight, yeah, perfect. And if the money's right, but now I think, like I said, Dennis McCann, the way they're talking about him, about being a world champion, and all that. If he is going to be that, he needs to step up quick and start proving that.
Yeah, but that was a good win against James Beach for him. That's a good name to have.
It's a step up. It's a step up to what he's been doing. and he beat Beach very easy. Beach is always good there. Beach is a very good kid.
He just falls at the last hurdle.
I think that's the problem with a lot of lads, similar to myself, really. Beach, funny enough, I boxed a lad called James Beach as a junior. Which is no relation to actually James Beach, what we're going on about. James Beach is a very good kid. I can remember watching him as a junior. He was just a tiny lad. But I'm sure that's a fight what could be there when I do come back. Again, if the money's correct, I'll take the fight. I mean, because like I said, no disrespect to James Beach, but he's not on the level of what I've boxed.
What about Brad Foster?
Very strong, very very strong, very
He lost
tricky as well.
his last 2 fights.
Yeah, it's one of those again. You sometimes you've got to hold lads back. Sometimes you put them in too soon. It's not exactly a great. He beat Lucian Reed. I believe he's beat Lucian Reed twice.
Has Reed retired?
I ain't too sure. Again, Lucian Reed's an unbelievable lad. These lads, I'm a boxing fan. And what's got me to where I am, I've sparred a lot of people. Jamie McDonald, Carrie Fire, Stewie Hall, Paul Butler, all these people for experience. That's what my dad did. He used to send me places. Right, you're going to spar these. The first time I sparred Carrie Fire, I got a good eye in. Kept on going up every week and I got better. So someone like Brad Foster, when I went and sparred him, he hits harder and he's a lot slicker than I thought. So yeah, he's a very good kid. That's someone who I believe he's probably better at a featherweight instead of super bantamweight.
Yeah, probably. But I thought he got robbed against what's he called, Cunningham.
Jason Cunningham. Well, I didn't see that fight. Jason Cunningham, another one. I've
Did
had
you
to go and
watch
spar.
Cunningham's last fight where he got caught with a brilliant shot on the chin?
Before it was Zalante Tete, weren't it? Zalante Tete is unbelievable. When that fight got announced, don't disrespect Jason because I love Jason to beat. You know, me and Jason have gone through a lot. I was meant to be fighting him a long time ago, but I actually went and helped him when he was going to fight Jason Booth. So obviously I was rooting for him. I wanted him to win, but Zalante Tete is a different animal, and unfortunately, world level is different to what he's been competing at. And when you've been at world level, you don't drop down. You're at world level all the while. So yeah,
Cunningham's going to be around European level for a while.
easy, yeah. The fact he's on the brink of world titles. He just fought, unfortunately, one of the best ones at that level.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, if you want to get up there, every fight's like that. So it's just need to get the right person at the right time.
Yes. Wait, sorry. So when did you say? What month did you say your fight would be? November or December?
December, hopefully. I'm not rushing. I've only been in training for 2 weeks now.
Would you ever fight your brother?
No, he'll beat me up. No, the fact is, I love my brother to bits. Obviously, people always talk about you look at Sunday Edwards, Charlie Edwards, the Klitschko's. I don't think you'd ever fight your brother. Don't get it wrong. If someone's putting £1 million in front of me, it's a bit different. I'll do it. With different ways, with different levels. Like Ben will agree. I'm better than what he is at the stage of his career. And that's not being obvious.
What, 5-0, 6-0?
I think he had 7, won 6, lost 1. And the one he lost, he should have probably won against Conor Butler in Liverpool. But again, it's boxing, and you got to bear in mind.
Oh, we won that fight against that Butler guy.
Yeah, he definitely did win that. Unfortunately, though,
he should rematch that guy.
I don't think he would give it him. He's 3-0. You're already 2-0 down, like I've said, being an away fighter. Ben's at the stage now where he'll fight anyone, literally anyone. If it's away, if it's home.
Super fly or flyweight?
Flyweight. If he could make light fly. He wants to be looking at fighting Matt Windle for the Commonwealth title at light fly. Because he can make some sense. So Matt Windle was meant to be fighting, I think, an African guy. But that African guy pulled out. Ben was sparring with Matt Windle on the lead up to it.
I thought that Ben wanted to fight Casey Kadimi or Ijaz Ahmad.
I think I mouthed off. And commented that Ben will fight him. If Ben got offered that fight, I think he'd take it. I don't know if his coach would. His coach is a very clever bloke. obviously he wants to look out for what's best for Ben. Ben's not at the stage of his career where he's just got to be taking fights for the sake of it. He's still at the beginning, and you ain't got a rush. Whereas me, I'm at a different stage of my career. The fact is, I get offered a fight like that, I'm gonna have to take it.
Yeah.
Because
What happens if you got offered like a British title fight live on BT Sport? Would you just take it straight away on a
take it.
week's notice?
Yeah, a week's notice. If I'm fit and I'm on weight, yeah, of course I would. You know what I mean, I'll fight anyone. Like Rendell keeps on saying to me, you not have to be a home fighter. Wherever the ring is actually home. So yeah, depending who it is and what it is, that's not me being scared of no one. At super bantamweight, there's a lot of people I would fight there, but there's a lot of people I wouldn't.
Did you have an amateur record?
Yeah, so I had 39, 124. And to fair, out of the 15 I lost, I'd say I only lost 3. I got robbed all the other ones, and that's not me
So
talking
you never
shit.
got
Rubbish,
stopped?
sorry.
Did you not get stopped?
No, not as an amateur. As an amateur, I won my last 8 fights. Didn't lose, and then I went 10-0 as a pro. So 18 fights and I tried. I didn't lose. Won the English title, won the CYPs, won. I done quite a lot by a young age. People keep on forgetting I've been pro now 10 years. And I'm only 28. So when you've been around that long, you start getting a name for yourself. I'm a name still. So the fact is, I'll have a warm-up fight, and then I'm back at title level. I believe I should be up there anyway. But I'm going to do it the right way. I'm not just going to take fights for the sake of it. Providing, like I say, if the money's correct, different story.
So why did you come out of retirement?
So I retired when my daughter was born. That was 2.5 years ago. My dad being a pro and stuff. It's not that I didn't get to see him, but I know how much of my life he's missed because of it. I didn't want to do that. Then when obviously I retired, obviously I started suffering mentally. Started drinking alcohol quite a lot, eating rubbish. You're out of a routine. So then I started training, and then I thought, you know what, I'm training, so I might as well just do it again. Fought Shabazz Masood. Like again, Shabazz Masood was unreal fighter. And again, I believed I was going to beat him. I really did. I got caught with a shot, perforated my eardrums.
That's what happens with you. You're winning the fight and then you just get clipped.
Get caught. Like I say, every time I've been stopped or dropped, there's been an issue. So when I got dropped against Carl Youssef, I perforated my left eardrum really bad. Against Mark Leach, I didn't make weight correct. I lost 10 pound the day before the weigh-in. I've always had something with it. I've not just been beat up. I've never been beat up. If I ever did get beat up, that's when I'll call it a day because you've not got it.
So if you just had an off day and you just got beaten one round, would you just retire straight away, even if you got, I don't know?
If it was one round, probably not, because I can come back from that. If it was a whole fight where I'm just getting beat up, it's not there anymore. I'm realistic.
What about if you were Mark Leach against Liam Davis? Would you have retired after that?
No, Mark Leach was there a little bit. Styles make fights. Liam Davis is wrong for a lot of people. I believe he's a bit of like a bogeyman. He's very tricky and he does hit very hard for his weight. I think he can still make bantamweight. So obviously, with him being super bantam at the minute, at least that gives me an opportunity at bantamweight to win the British.
Yeah. So do you think he would beat that Andrew Kane?
Who, me?
No, Liam Davis.
Yeah. Andrew Kane's a very good, again, another good lad. Thinks everyone hates him. I don't like his attitude, the way he speaks and stuff. I understand. But he's talking about like the world's against him. Everyone's had a bit of a bad upbringing or whatever. We've all been through something.
Yeah.
But he just thinks it's only him what's been through that, which I don't understand why he does that. But again, he's a very good fighter. Pardon?
I said he's a good fighter as well.
Oh yeah, he's a very, very good fighter. That's another one where we need to see him stepping up sooner or later, because it's all right fighting these nobodies, getting them out there. I'm sure they want to do that though. I'm sure they do want to have them fights like Andrew Kane. I'm sure he wants to test in fights now, but obviously they've got a management and a promotional team for a reason. They obviously think they're doing the right thing, so fair play to them.
Yeah, and my last question for you is: do you have any advice for someone who wants to be a boxer?
Don't do it. Nah, the honest truth, if anyone wants to do it, I've done it from a young age. I've had to miss a lot of my childhood. I've had to do a lot of stuff. If you're gonna do it, you've got to do it 100%. None of this 90%, none of this 85%. You've got to do it. It's hard. It's an hard sport. But if you are gonna do it, remember, enjoy it. Because it is bloody hard, but it's good. You know what I mean? It's got me out of a lot of trouble. But any advice for anyone wanting to start boxing: get in the gym, put the work in, and see if you like it. No one likes getting punched, so do what I do. Try not to get hit too much. Well, you'll see that when I fight again. But yeah, just enjoy it. Put 100% in. Yeah, that's it really. Just do it the correct way.
And do you want to shout out like your manager, your sponsors, or anyone who's helped you?
You know what, sponsors? I can't think of all on my head. You know, if anyone goes on my Facebook, obviously you can see this Louis Norman on Facebook. You'll see all my sponsors on there. I've got so many sponsors. I'm so grateful of. Big shout out to obviously management, Carl Greaves, which is he's a friend as well. So obviously it does so much for me. I've obviously got my coaches. I've got Brendan Monroe and my dad, Sean Norman. I could shout out 100 people. You know what I mean?
Instagram, mate.
I've got Instagram, yeah. So it's L_2sweet_N. I put my updates. I do stories every day because I try to help people with mental health. Everyone out there, this is a big thing. And the Paddy the Badder, he actually done a big thing for me on the interviews, what he's been doing, obviously on the shout outs. Anyone who is struggling mentally, talk. Listen, everyone out there at the minute is struggling. If you can talk in some way, I don't care how old you are, who you are, or whatever you are, talk. Because you'll feel better about yourself. So yeah, if anyone goes on my Instagram or anything like, you'll still see me do daily boring videos on my stories. But it's helping one person out there, so I'm not bothered if it's boring people.
Yeah, it's good that you're helping people, mate. I like that.
Listen, everyone needs help, and I'll help anyone. I've not really got much money. I've not really got much, but you know what? I can make people laugh. So sometimes you've just got to. It's nice to be nice, you know what I mean? And it's right hating the world. It's right hating everything around you. But we've got to be working together as a team because it's all of us against everyone else.
Yeah, and I want to say a massive thank you for your time, mate. And hopefully, I can come to your next fight.
No, mate. When I'm there, I'll sort you a ticket out. So obviously, when I am fighting, I'll sort you a ticket out, and whoever you want to bring with you. Listen, I really appreciate it, obviously, mate. You're obviously helping me as well, getting out there as well. I appreciate it, Sam.
Yeah, thank you, mate.
Thank you, pal. Take care.
Bye.